Yeah, you're belonging to a group right now. So, in my idea, I'm trying to work, y'all. It's a lot of distractions. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Um, your ideal self. I just feel like you've been thinking of new faces, new places, the growth on yourself. It's just radiating so much that you need to. I feel like you're belonging to a different environment, a different path. And look at this with the attraction at the bottom, you can't help but to attract. Uh, yeah, you too smart. You can't help but to attract somewhere else, a new start. With productivity, you've been putting a lot of crafting in yourself, in your abundance. Cancer, you could be very sensitive at this time. Something could have taken place since pumpkin season. We have release. Let go of the habits that sap your inner strength. Okay, so what are you putting your... I feel like you're gonna be cutting off maybe like substances as well. You're gonna be doing less of it. You could be going out to the bar. You could be asked to go to the bar. What is your ideal self that's wanting to bloom and show out the most? Trusting, like a new relationship here. You feel like your soul is calling you for a different relationship, for something that's like, I don't know. You want a relationship where your soul actually is like, okay, this is what it is. I need to feel something. I need to feel something. So everybody in that mood of like looking for love and wanting to feel real love now. Like everybody want to settle down. Nobody want that. I just saw yes. Nobody want that like that lusty feeling no more. We all like, yo, it's time to settle down. Belonging. That's what I'm getting in this reading. Yeah, because you have come to the terms with accepting what hasn't worked in the past, and you're telling yourself, and your spirit is showing you like, I need bigger and better now. I need different friends, family, all of it. You accepted the fact that the past wasn't part of your soul. Like these relationships wasn't soulful. And look at that. Trust in a new relationship. Productivity. We have joy. Look at that. You've been cutting these people off to return back to your joy, okay? You can be very sensitive at this time with Cancer as well. And glooming. They don't like the fact that you happy with cutting them off. But it's like, it's not a soulful relationship, baby. How you gonna be mad and it ain't soulful? So how about you be more soulful for me? Like, King of Cups. You need something with love. King and Queen of Cups. Like, come on. And then they said you cutting them off, but it's like the whole purpose that you came into my life, I wanted soul from the jump, and you just gave me emptiness. So what you want me to do? I gotta cut you off. Look at them scissors. You cutting people off for your joy. You're like, that's just it. And you accepted the fact, like, okay, we didn't work. You gotta accept it too, baby. With the Sun card. You're glowing with accepting this change. Look at that. I feel like you in this mood though. You like, don't play with me. I'm not in the mood. Like, versatility. Give me one more. And leadership. but in reverse. They didn't want you to have some sort of leadership. They didn't even think that you would stand up for yourself, okay? But you did. And you look good doing it. It's like your attitude. Somebody thought you had an attitude just cause, and it's like you really showing them like, I'm really serious. I'm about that life. And now they could be like, oh, she's serious. And it's like, yeah. Or he or she, they like, you serious? You like, yeah, look, speaking up. They didn't think you would have this sort of voice. They didn't think you would speak up. They didn't think you would fight back because it came out in reverse. Look, focus on your priorities with that number 8 is your abundance. Risk and look, they didn't think you would take this risk. And we have security with, wow, they wanted your love depleted, your energy depleted, your time. They didn't want you to think for yourself. Like, that's stupid. But you made a decision to call back your rituals. You said, you know what, I'm not putting my time in y'all. I'm going to put it here, what I can control. So I feel like you're going to be cutting off substances like that, or just toxicness. You could be getting invited out to a bar. My ideal self will come into terms. Yes, this is like coming to terms. Look at this. Somebody else could be mad that you came to terms to accept things and you've grown, but on you it's showing, on them they're showing stress. like that's ridiculous. Yeah, they looking at you from a distance with this other person. It could be a water sign that they're with, and they seeing that you having better days, that you just accepted it. That keep happening. Like, people will be making rash decisions, fast decisions, harsh decisions. Somebody could have made a fast decision. And you know how they say, like, you don't heal to, you're not really healing. You're just moving fast. Somebody could feel that. What is the security in reverse? 8 of Swords. Look at that. They didn't want you to feel secure. They wanted you to feel trapped. That's ridiculous. Like, come on. It's literally showing entrapment and not wanting you to pour into yourself for these deposits to come through for you. And literally, you're doing it now with the 888. All of this is coming through for you still. What is this risk in reverse? That came out so fast. Look, take a chance. Every risk is success when you've committed to learning and growth. Look at that. They didn't think you would make some sort of change. And this is why they was laughing at you. And now it's kind of like what goes around comes around. So somebody could be laughing at them. Like, I had the collective glowed up on you. Like, some shit like that. You know, it's like, they was petty, so now it's like, look, you've been working on yourself. 8 of Pentacles. And somebody else is tearing up. What is the speaker? Look, they wondering what you're doing from a distance. Why are you wondering with this King of Swords? How you got some sort of signs to be resilient from the past. Look at that. How did you get some sort of signs to be resilient? What's this Hierophant even? This Hierophant could have got signs about you as well. Like, hold on, baby, and I need to heal. I'm hearing, hold on, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. What's this leadership? You're no longer crying. You're no longer upset about anything in the past with this big acceptance. And it got you, like, radiating with growth all over you. Versatility. Page of Pentacles. Look at that. You're very talented, okay? You have versatile talents in different areas with writing, hair. It could be barbershop, nail salon, beauty, writing, singing, a job, a side job. You're very talented when it comes to yourself. What is this trust in? I put my trust in it when I knew better. Someone wants to apologize in a relationship. They've been fantasizing about you. 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups. And they've been learning that you're single. They're learning that you're single and that you're good. Now somebody don't want to be with a third party now that you're leaving. Like, come on, baby, you stupid. Yeah. Now it's always every time. It's like now when you leave, now they don't want to be. Come on, like, no, baby. You made your bed, lay in it. Belonging. Right? You made your bed, lay in it. With the number 10. Yo, belonging where you work. Belonging with people you like, your soul is works with. Your soul is like, yes, I work with you. But when it comes to somebody else, it's like, my soul don't work with you. This is what your soul is telling you. That's crazy. What is this release? Your inner strength had you release someone and close the cycle. No more juggling, no more imbalance. It's over. Look at that. It's the ending coming for imbalance. Lovely. I love it. What is this joy? They have to see the fact that from a distance you are enjoying yourself again. Acceptance is here twice. I didn't even peep. The amount of acceptance that you have is like, how? Look, they like, how are you accepting? So like, what you mean you accept me? Like, of course you was mad about it at first, but now you like, I get it. It is what it is. Hold on, this is the other way. I feel like somebody could be looking at you like this. Like, why are you accepting a situation so easy? But it's because you wanted to work on yourself. With 12-12 on the die, this Emperor could be looking at you from a distance. In isolation. How did you heal? What is this Emperor looking at? Oh yeah, because it said, it's like somebody feels like they wish they was never pre-calculated. But because now they have to learn that somebody else could be coming in to swoop you. King of Pentacles with more money, all of that. It's an ending coming for this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They celebrated a tower and now they heartbroken because you've healed. And you sleeping pretty good and you manifesting to see signs about an ending as well. And we have somebody feels like they wish they would have never been calculated towards somebody that's healing, that's in the starlight. Look at that, with the acceptance with the star. Somebody didn't know that you was about to accept the situation for what it is, like full on, full blown, full guard. And look at that, relaxing too with it, and looking good. They're like, what you mean? And saving money. They're like, wait, what did I miss? And that's a good thing, because your guys didn't want them to see this anyway, that you was about to come into some bread, all of that. They would have been trying to hang on to you even more for some nonsense. Somebody's in a 5 of Cups. They're sad because you're no longer crying, which is really ridiculous because that shows the character that they really are. Mama, give me your cup so I could give you some more.